Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the YouTube and the Twitch, and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. We are solo. Yes, you are getting a solo bone, Han Solo bone tonight. That's right. Cue the Hans Zimmer music, or no, who did that? I forget. I'm too old to remember. It wasn't Hans Zimmer. John Williams. Yes, there you go. Did all the famous classic soundtracks. Anyways, we are less than 24 hours away from Victory Road. Don't forget, as we get started tonight, to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. We had a lovely little crowd for actually bigger than usual for the live reaction. Great to see. Anything over 100 lately for live reaction for TNA on TNI? I'm happy with it. And about 90% of the time, we're above average, I'll say. So that's great to see. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And as we get started, your comments are more than welcome. As you follow along with tonight's discussion, let me know your thoughts. What are you most excited about for tomorrow night? What are you most excited about for tonight's show? We want to quick thank Rayline in the chat here for the 100 bits on Twitch. Thank you so much, brother. Always consistent, always a wonderful tipper. We greatly appreciate you. So yeah, just a reminder, bits, any tips are more than welcome. It helps keep the show afloat, if you will. We want to thank and welcome our members. If you're interested in becoming a member through YouTube, you can go to the front of the YouTube channel and check out that information. There's a few different tiers. Trust me, I get it. Today's economy blows goats. I get it. But anything is welcome. Super chat, super stickers, all that stuff. More than welcome. But if you do anything tonight, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button. That's what means the most here. Those are the numbers we can see right off the bat. We love those numbers. All right. Wow. Bill's not here to play the jingle. Who's going to play my jingle? Am I going to play my own? I don't usually play my own jingle. I don't usually do that. I feel like that's above and beyond the ego thing. I let other people do that because then it's fun. If I do it for myself, it's like, oh, he's playing his own jingle. So I'm not going to play the jingle unless somebody in the chat begs me to. But don't beg. No. Oh, gosh. I really don't have much news. I did see something earlier. Actually, I saw a couple things. I didn't get a chance to. I mentioned this. Dr. Curbs, play the jingle. Say pretty please. No, I'm kidding. Dr. Gerbs, because you asked so nicely. Where is it? Where is the jingle? I'm scrolling through this.
In my ass.
No, it's not there. No.
He's fat.
That's not very nice. Here we go. Fake wrestling news. No, this is this other jingle. All right. We are playing the jingle. Jiminy Christmas. And now, men who will imitate those goofy folk.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
I'm sorry. I love it when Bill does it because you never know exactly what he's going to do. He always goes, no. Yeah. I got a pretty please with cheese on top. Cheese. This is Wisconsin. You get much further with cheese than with a cherry, honestly. Especially if it's cheese curds. I get some cheese curds. Oof. I'm putty in your hands. Right, babe? I said you give me some cheese curds, I'm putty in your hands. Oh, she says if she gives me any kind of food, I'm putty in her hands. Yeah, see, I'm a simple man. I love food. But don't worry, Dr. Gerbs, I'm not that way. Mr. Rosario in the chat. Good evening. TNA Victory Road being the #1 ticket seller for the company in the U.S. Let's talk about that. Fritz Mania, what is up, man? Just watched Impact 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's talk about that, shall we? So I haven't heard any numbers, but I did see that article. Now, he had cheese curds at Dairy Queen. The ones at Culver's are better, just saying. What are we talking about? Butts and seats. That's what we're talking about. All right. So, and by the way, we are starting significantly earlier than we typically do. So if we get more people coming in over the course of the next few minutes, what the heck, he already started, it's because I'm by myself. If I have to wait for I love my crew members. But if I have to wait for my other crew members, we don't start when we want to. So, I'm just saying. If it was up to me, I would start at 20 after all the time. So, that's what I was shooting for this week. Are you sure Wisconsin isn't the other Canadian province? Well, we are on the border. Well, we're on the other side of the lake, if you will. Does that count? All right. We're the tundra. Frozen tundra, if you will. That's in a few months. Anyways, let's talk about that Victory Road audience. Now, it's from San Antonio in the Boeing Center, from what I've heard. No, Culver's is not in Jersey. It's a Midwest thing. It's born in Wisconsin. 3,200 seats is a typical sold out audience for events at the Boeing Center. But we're going to have a bunch of floor seats, ring, ramp, stage, whatever, full production on the floor. So they can add what I'm guessing is going to be several hundred seats on all sides. Bill visiting the Alamo. There's no basement in the Alamo. There's no basement at the Boeing Center either. Try the pork. I'll be here all week. So yeah, if you put hundreds of seats on the floor, I mean, I've seen pictures of a place. It looks like a typical arena floor. You could put hundreds of seats on the floor. Even if you have, you know, give me my money. Pee-wee fan. If you know, you know. It is absolutely possible that they could sell over 4,100, I suppose. You'd have to have like 1,000 extra seats on the floor. I don't know if they have room for that. That's a lot of seats on the floor. But hey, so hey, don't be surprised within the next 12 hours if they put out a thing saying sold out, you know. Be great to see. John Palmer, good evening. What's up? So yeah, it's great news that TNA events are starting to sell more tickets. They're not in these tiny joints anymore where it looks like they have, you know, 3 rows around the ring and that's it. And they have a few people on the balcony. This has been a long time coming. This has been many years of, like, you say, like, literally in the trenches, busting your ass, going from town to town, proving your brand to your audience, word of mouth. I feel like it's been really organic. Now, granted, within the last few months, I think the TNA NXT combo has been good, has definitely been good for business. Charles Wilkes says, I can't wait for the J-Bone Impact review. It's coming. It's coming. So yeah, very exciting about that. I have, let's see, looks like they were hitting the media this week. I did see one media source that I usually do check out their interviews with TNA roster members is WrestleZone, whether it's Bill Pritchard or someone else from WrestleZone. They were interviewing Moose and Nick Nemeth. Now, I saw bits and pieces of it. I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm going to try to watch it before the event tomorrow. Please go check that out. Go to WrestleZone's YouTube channel. I'm sure you'll find the clips and or the full interview on there. For those coming in now, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that sub button if you're new. Ring that bell for notifications. Oh, what else? You know what? Let's just go to the TNA news page because I just haven't been up on news a lot the last few days. Oh, okay. So we got an article here coming soon. And they got a picture of EO Sky. Or no, excuse me. Not EO Sky. Zaya Lee. Oops. I know exactly who I'm not talking about. Says the intense flames burn within my chest, driving me to pursue my dreams with unwavering determination. When I face challenges, the fire is my belief guiding me through the darkness. Coming soon. So yeah, can't wait for. Now I know she's got an indie name, but yeah, I don't know if they're gonna give her like a new name. I'm just scrolling down the please just give me a second here. I'm just scrolling down the Twitter page, or the X page, if you will. There it is. Oh, they don't have the name on there. They just say coming soon. Zaya Zhao. Yeah. Zaya Lee, Zaya Zhao, or if I'm excuse me, if I am mispronouncing that, I am sorry. Lots of, yeah, Zia Lee was her name in WWE. I saw a few gifs here. Okay. This is this is fire, but yes, there is fire in there. Yes. So yeah, very excited. I feel like I never got to see much of her stuff in WWE, but I hope I didn't screw that up too much. J-Bone gonna be Father Jay Mitchell in TNA? What? No. So yeah, very excited for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll show up tomorrow. Ash in the chat. Good evening. How you doing? Good to see you. Mayor says, any NXT TNA news? Well, I didn't see NXT this week. I saw some clips. I did see that Hammerstone was picked to face Obafemi in the ring. I saw a couple clips of that. I want to see the full match. I believe the full match is on the YouTube. So if you folks missed it, please go check it out. Charles Wilkes says maybe Zaya show up to join Wendy and Rosemary. Ooh, that would be quite the formidable team, wouldn't it? Wow. Who would want to face that team? That team would be absolutely terrifying in the ring. Look out. Look out. We'll see. We'll see. We got to wait and see. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We head back to the news page. What else happened at NXT? Oh, Jordan Grace faced Sol Ruca, and apparently that match was a no contest because got ambushed by Wendy Chu, who was going to face Jordan Grace for the Knockouts World Championship tomorrow night at Victory Road. And Rosemary was there too. So yeah, I really like the fact that those two are together. Hell of a tag team. I don't know what's going on with Havoc. I guess she's just, from what I've heard, she's just taking time off. I don't think she's necessarily injured. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't heard anything. I hope she's okay. She is great. So, what else? So yeah, there was definitely some stuff to talk about for NXT, and I just, I missed it. What am I going to say? So yeah. And for those of you that are tuning in, they got a more detailed results up on the page already. They have a photo gallery up on there already. And then eventually we will, let's see. We go to Victory Road. We'll go to the card, and we will go down to the card, but we'll go down the card at the end of the show. Okay? We'll go through all the matches. Now, let's see. Let me just see if it's updated. Knockouts, Alexander Hendry, Tag Team, X Division, Knockouts, Tag Team Action, Grudge Match. Oh, that Grudge Match, Jiminy Christmas. What? Well, hello. It's a Oreo. Say hello. Meow. All right. Tag Team, X Division. Okay, yeah, looks like the full card is on the event page. So good to see. Okay, we'll go through that at the end. Her and Crazy Steve went after the intergender titles. What intergender titles? What are you talking about? Some other planet or something? What are you talking about? All right. So we are talking about the September 12th episode tonight, the episode of TNA Impact. Oh, in AAA. Oh, I did not know that. Well, thank you for the update, Dr. Gerbs and Ash. Thank you. Well, I'm going to have to look up and see if I could find some matches on that. But you are loud. Yes, you are. You see her poking her head down up there? She's... Of course, she's got to get in on the show. Shh. Quiet. See, if you guys saw my Instagram, you saw that they made Coca-Cola, Oreo flavored Coca-Cola. So I taste tested it over on Smash's podcast last night, and she got a big head over it. Now she's all Ooh, I got, my name's on a cookie. My name's on a soda. Ooh, it's all went to her head. Yes, Ash, absolutely. Total nonstop Oreo. That's right. Oreo's waiting for the Coca-Cola royalties. That's right, Mayor. That's right. That is right. Oreo about to do a swanton bomb like Jeff tonight. I've seen it happen. It ain't pretty. It is not pretty. Look out. Excuse me. Look out below. All right. Play the Rey Mysterio theme. Running around like a little Rey Mysterio. Put a mask on her. How about that? Put some face. No. Skip the face paint. Just a little mask. All right. Now we're just being goofy. So, where were we? All right. I think that's about it for the news. We covered some NXT stuff. We covered the news about the attendance for Victory Road. Very excited about that. We will cover the full card at the end. Let's go into... yeah, right. Go full Mardi Gras. What? Okay. All right. So we start with Maclin versus Hammerstone. Great match to start off things here. Really enjoyed it. Two badasses. Hammerstone, bit of a rough week for Hammerstone. He lost to Obafemi. Now he lost to Maclin. But he got his revenge. He started attacking him after Maclin got the win here. Cue Eric Young for the save. I'm still not used to this, guys. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Well, hang on a second before I ask the question. EY for the save, and then Hammerstone's out of the ring. He gets thrown out of the ring by EY, and in runs up Jake something. Now he's side by side with Hammerstone now, and they look at each other like, what? They kind of gave each other that, hey, you put your chocolate in my peanut butter. Hey, you put your peanut butter in my chocolate. Hey. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, let's do this. It's like a Reese's commercial. So it's the tag team match we didn't know we needed. I'm actually excited for this. We're getting some big guys about to go at it. Jake something teaming up with Hammerstone versus Maclin and EY. Eric Young and Maclin. I've been talking a little bit about this on the show lately. I think I like this tag team, and it's like you can only do so much with singles careers, and you can only push so many singles towards the top of the card at the same time. You got to be careful with that. You push too many at the same time. Like you can't push Maclin, Hammerstone, Mike Santana, and 3 other guys towards the title scene all at the same time. It's going to get crazy. So what do? Throw a few of them together, keep them busy for a while. So when they're done, whoever else is going towards the top, let them handle their business and then see what happens from there. So for example, the only other one that was talking about going for a world title shot besides Moose and Nick Nemeth defending was Mike Santana. So it's like, oh, okay. So it's much less clogged at the top of the mountain. Okay. We'll get to Mike Santana in a bit. He says some very interesting things. We'll get to him. So yeah, so it looks, it becomes official later, but it's like, oh, so, and I was saying during the match, I'm like, well, what are these guys gonna do? None of them are on the card. I spoke too soon, folks. I spoke too soon. J-Bone spoke too soon. All right, so we got EY and Maclin and Jake something and Hammerstone. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Are you digging this matchup? We get a system promo, and it actually is a really pretty good promo, all the cogs working together in the system, everyone says their piece, and probably one of their better promos, because Lish can't do it all on her own. And she's got a broken freaking neck. No, hopefully not. Hopefully she'll be around tomorrow. But if not, we'll find out who the substitute would be. Dr. Gerbs here says, I gotta stay neutral in this because it's a member of Jersey Mob versus a Mad Cat Brethren. You're so goofy. Okay, I hear you. All right. So you're just gonna enjoy it for face value. I get it. Okay. All right. All right. We then get a promo from Maclin and EY talking about having a match versus Hammerstone and Jake something. And Maclin kind of has this look on his face like, I can't believe I'm tagging with this guy, but I'm tagging with this guy. Definitely a mutual respect, definitely a mutual respect. And then the match gets made official later. We get the in-ring debut, the official TNA in-ring debut, as in roster debut, of Heather Reckless in the ring versus Gisele Shaw. This was a great match. I really enjoyed this. I didn't know what we were getting later. We'll get there. Hold your horses, folks. Heather Reckless's finish is called Wrecked. I love it. Ash was at ringside making all sorts of commotion, and she actually spoiled things for Gisele Shaw. And I'm going to have to watch this one back and see exactly how Heather Reckless responded to that, how she reacted. But it seemed like she acted in kind, that or she wasn't sure what happened, what caused her to get that win. But she had help. So, but yeah, let me know what you thought of Heather Reckless's debut in the ring, and then Mayor earlier. I didn't forget this, Mayor. You got to be impressed. During the live reaction that I did just prior to this, Mayor asked a question for the review. We discussed it on the live reaction, but I figure I'm going to have a bigger audience here, so more appropriate here. Now I'm paraphrasing here, but Mayor asked, what do we think of the success, or how did you say it? The success or non-success, or was she successful or unsuccessful? Talking about Gisele Shaw and TNA. and I know some people, rate that by how many titles you get and such. And well, she didn't get any titles while she was in TNA. I know some people really wished she had the Knockouts title. It seemed like when she came back that she was going to be on the road for that. Little did we know she was actually just doing some more matches, and then on her way out of the company over to Scott D'Amour's Maple Leaf. What's it called? Maple Leaf Wrestling. So, but what do you guys think? Do you think she was successful in TNA, or do you think she was unsuccessful? I like to think that you can look at it both ways. As far as titles, unsuccessful. As far as what she accomplished in the business for what she represents for like the LGBTQ community, inspiring others to become a wrestler, or just her LGBTQ audience, being there for her and her inspiring them to do, to chase your goals, your dreams, whatever. So in that sense, I think she was successful, Matthew Smith says she was successful in ways. Yes. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, anyone else in the chat? Let me know what you think. Sucks to see her go, but we wish her well. I think, as far as I know, this is the last time we're going to see her on TV in the company. We see someone new and someone exiting. So then we'll get to more Heather Reckless stuff and Ash stuff later. Matt Cardona cutting a promo in the ring. He's in there with Steph DeLander. It's just humiliating. Just really humiliating. Says he found a tag partner to tag with in a match against PCO and Rhino. He scoured the whole locker room and found the biggest and baddest person he could, and it's Steph DeLander. And what? We're continuing this story, so I'm okay with that. But I was really hoping we'd see maybe a new face come out with Matt Cardona. But I get what they're doing, so it's going to be kind of intergender-ish. PCO is going to have to wrestle against Steph DeLander. Is there going to be some miscommunication in the ring? Is he going to accidentally hurt her? Is she going to accidentally hurt him? Is he going to turn on her? Is she going to turn on him? We're going to have to wait and see. Rhino's going to gore everyone. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait till tomorrow night, but it's Matt Cardona using a "You're My Property" promo in 2024 towards women. It's I'm not going to sit here and be like, you're canceled, but it's brave. It's brave. Very brave. We got Gia Miller talking to Spitfire next. Spitfire just kind of going over this fact that if they don't beat the Militia tomorrow, they have to break up. So they're trying to, just stay focused, stay on track. It's going to be an interesting match. It's going to be good. Number one, we got to wait and see what happens with Lish. Is she going to be healthy enough to wrestle? If not, who do you see? Now, this is another thing that I want you guys in the chat the sound off. Or if you're watching the replay, please sound off in the chat. If Lish is not healthy enough, who replaces Lish? Okay? Who replaces her? And then, of course, it's still defending the TNA Knockouts tag team titles. So there's that. Someone in the chat in the last show called them split fire. It's like, too soon. ABC next, going against First Class, KC Navarro and AJ Francis in a tornado tag team match. We don't see those a lot. I really enjoyed this match. This surprised me a little. This is probably the hardest I've seen ABC fight because, man, I got to say, Navarro and Francis were really handing it to ABC. It did not look good for them for a while, but they told a great story in the ring. Ace and Bay came out on top, but it was like I said in the live reaction, it was no walk in the park. This was tough. It was tough stuff. Dr. Gerbs here says, I predict Lish uses a replacement and the replacement takes the pin so they can stay together and Lish has an excuse. Okay. All right. But yeah, so ABC is facing this is kind of interesting. And I talked about this. Excuse me. I talked about this on the pre-show or on the live reaction. Excuse me. It's like our pre-show, the live reaction, sort of. Mayor here says Ace Austin got his hand caught in the ropes, might be competing in a tag title match injured. Yeah, that did look kind of rough. I couldn't tell if it's something that he, like sometimes, you know how Andre the Giant always got twisted up in the ropes? He always did that. And I'm stuck, but you're not really stuck, You're like 10 guys trying to get him out of the ropes. So I'd have to look at this again and see exactly how it happened and how bad it looked. But I mean, I feel like Ace handled it pretty well. He looked pretty good towards the end of the match. We'll see. Could be. We'll see. Maybe his arm will be taped up and it'll be a target. Limb work. Good old limb work in a tag team match. J-Bone loves that limb work. Also loves limb work on Thanksgiving, just ripping off that turkey leg. Twist it off. Anyways. All right. But yeah, great tag team match. Here's the interesting part. We got Ace and Bay versus the System tomorrow night. Okay. The System faced Matt and Jeff Hardy tonight. So here was my thinking. Like, what if Matt and Jeff Hardy beat the System tonight? Does that interject them into the tag team title scene for tomorrow night? Does it become a three-way? But then to kind of kill that way of thinking, we found out that Matt and Jeff Hardy are going to face First Class tomorrow night at Victory Road. So, kind of interesting how they did that. I know that the system are getting their contractual rematches here, or rematch, excuse me, contractual rematch. Even though they lost tonight, they still get that. They don't lose that. This wasn't a thing where if you guys lose tonight, you lose that match. This wasn't a thing like that. So, but yeah, great tag match. I'd love to see them run this one back down the line. I feel like AJ and Navarro are really starting to work well together. Now, here's the question. I'm looking at the roster page. We got the champions at the top of the page. Why is this not loading? Please load. We're going to the roster. Why is Ace Steel still on there? There's AJ Francis. Does Navarro have a spot on here yet? Yes, he is. KC Navarro is on the roster page. None of these pictures are coming up for me. I don't know why. They must be doing updates on the website or something. That or my internet is not so good right at the moment. I don't know. Well, we will just kill that tab. We will kill that tab. All right. So that's a great thing to see. KC Navarro on the roster page. Loving it. We'll have to wait and see how long he sticks around with First Class. But solo matches, X Division style, shut up and take my money, you know? I was saying that for months. Hire this kid. Get this kid under contract. Now, I haven't seen nothing official yet. I might have missed it. Maybe it's just per date. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Dr. Gerb says Ace Steel works backstage. That's why he's on the run. Yeah, I know. We got flies in here. What's going on? All right. So, yeah. Next, we get a promo on Jonathan Gresham. I put Josh Gresham. That is not correct. Not Josh Gresham. Jonathan Gresham. There we go. How about Gresham? There we go. So apparently Gresham is still battling with this evil inside of him. It's the, what were they saying? Trying to let the light shine through. Is that what we're doing here? Good way to keep them in the mix, keep them in the minds of the fan base. Promo certainly putting him over. You know, he is one of the better pure wrestlers on the roster today. Absolutely. Can't deny that one. But yeah, we'll see what's what Matthew Raywald said something to the effect of, does this guy even know his own name? Or he says something like that. Oh my goodness. Poor guy. We'll see. Promo time from Joe Hendry going back and forth with Josh Alexander. Lovely little tune, little promo tune that he did for Josh Alexander, I'm sure we'll hear that tomorrow night as well. Calling him a Kurt Angle from Wish. During the live reaction, I was like, well, how about, I'm like, is Wish still a thing? I don't even see Wish advertised. I'm thinking more Temu. If you know, you know. Kurt Angle from Temu. How about that? No, I kid, but if we're just, throwing generic companies out there that you can order from, how about AliExpress? There's a few of them out there. Crazy. Also, got the whole place chanting what they saw on a sign in the audience, walking wiener. Please tell me that trended tonight. Please, somebody. I don't care what number. Just tell me it trended. Total. Gary Rossetti. Total nonstop wiener. Hey, are you calling Mia? No, just kidding. T. Hughes says Fiverr. Is that a thing? Okay. Total nonstop wiener. That's the next sign. All right. Very good back and forth here. It's Josh Alexander versus Joe Hendry, of course, at the show tomorrow night, Victory Road. Can't wait for that. Ariana Grace backstage, just acting her goofy. I want to say ditzy, but I'm trying to think of another word besides ditzy. Goofy, ditzy, I don't know. But she's talking to Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace saying, hey, Wendy Chu better not be here tonight. And Ariana Grace saying, as the liaison, I can't lie to you. She's not here tonight. So, there was no attack here tonight. But then they did show the clip of what happened on Tuesday, where she was attacked by Wendy Chu. She was attacked last week by Wendy Chu. She's facing Wendy Chu at Victory Road, defending the Knockouts World Championship. Can't wait for that. Very excited. Now, does this mean that down the line, this is just going to lead to a Rosemary match? Bound for Glory, I'm thinking, maybe. What do you think? Really looking forward to this. Just another positive thing about this NXT TNA collab that's going on. Oh, yes, Mayor, thank you. Probably the most important part of this promo, right at the end, Jordan Grace does not do pinky swears. She does. No. We don't do that. Not in TNA. Or at least she doesn't. You think Gail Kim does pinky swears? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah. That match is tomorrow night. Promo from Mike Santana. Very interesting promo from Mike Santana, if I may add. Still laughing about the pinky swear thing. Mike Santana, who is the only other one on the show that was talking about going after a world title match, gave compliments to Nick Nemeth. He's like, you've been defending it all over the place. I respect you for that. Proud of you for that. But his beef is still with Moose. His beef is still with Moose. He wants Moose. This is the interesting part. He wants Moose to win so that he can face Moose and take it away from him. Now, I know you're probably hearing that and you're like, yeah, that's got to happen down the line somewhere. And yet there's other fans like, no, but Joe Hendry has to do this too. So in my head, there's like a split TNA universe somewhere. In one universe, Joe Hendry somewhere down the line is going to get ready for his shot. Somewhere down the line, Mike Santana is going to get ready for his shot. And they'll both be champs someday. And then the TNA multiverse will explode. I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys want to see Mike Santana go after the TNA title down the line? I would love to see it in this part of his solo career. I feel like he's done enough in his career. He certainly deserves that, you know. It's great to see something organic happen in the company. Like, it doesn't have to be, and this is, please, I love Nick Nemeth. I love the former Dolph Ziggler, okay? Which is why when it happened kind of quickly that he got the title within like 6 months, I didn't complain about it because I've been such a fan of his for so many years. I'm like, just give him the title because I want the world to see him hold that title and defend it proudly for a brand like this, you know. Matthew Smith says, yes, if he wants to. Of course he wants to. But yeah, so he wants Moose to win this title so he can take it away from him. That's how much he loathes Moose right now. Very interesting. Now, this just popped in my head. You're going to have to bear with me for a second. Does Mike Santana get involved in the match tomorrow night? Does Mike Santana cost Nick Nemeth his title so that he can earn a number one contendership and face Moose and take the title off of him? We'll have to wait and see. Mayor says Courtney wouldn't agree with Santana. No, she probably wouldn't, but I think she's still a fan of his. So I think she would have some conflicting ideas there, or some conflicting thoughts. So we'll have to see if she watches the replay of this down the line and how she responds if she does. Let's see. Promo from Mike Santana. Then we get Ash versus Xia Brookside. Now, this is what, kind of a rubber match? How many times have they faced each other? It's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I'm excited about this. We get a win from Ash. But here's the interesting part. We get a Heather Reckless running down to the ring. Second time we're seeing her tonight. It's like, oh, she's running down the ring. What is she doing? She costs Xia Brookside the match. She is trying to align with Ash by Elegance. Unbelievable. I don't think anybody expected this. I don't think anybody expected this. I certainly did not. Paul Don. First name, last name first, whatever. We went over this last week. Says Mike this is a bold statement here, sir. Mike Santana joins the system tomorrow, J-Bone. But if he joins the system, he wants to take the title. If he costs Nick Nemeth the title and Moose gets the title, he can't join them. He wants to destroy Moose. So if he decided at some point during the show tomorrow night that if you can't beat him, join him, as in, okay, hang on. It's coming to me. The system beats down Mike Santana at the start of the show. He's not on the card. Why did they beat him down? Because he's shooting his mouth off. Mike Santana has a premonition. Yeah. Decides if you can't beat him, join him. So he costs Nick Nemeth the title. Moose wins tomorrow night. But then he eventually turns on him to get the title shot. Maybe? Does that make sense? I don't know. We'll see. Matthew Smith says, when were the previous matches versus each other? It was one of Ash's first matches in the company, or Zaya Brookside's first matches in the company was against Ash, or vice versa. One of the two. They had a match or two, and then they had a second match, and I don't remember if they had a third match, but this is definitely the third or fourth match they've had against each other. It's been a bit, but yeah. How do they know each other? Heather said, great to see you again last week. I'd have to watch that back. I'm not sure. But yeah, so Heather Reckless trying to align herself with Ash. She interferes here. Ash gets the win over Zaya Brookside. Very interesting. I think fans were so excited about Heather Reckless joining the show. Oh, by the way, Heather Reckless's finisher is called Wrecked, if I didn't say that earlier. That's pretty cool. Reckless lost to Ash. Oh, on a previous episode where Reckless was just used as an extra. Is that what you're talking about? Like the last time they were in Chicago a few months ago? I think so. Yeah. Look at the big brain on Gary. No, I think you are absolutely right. Thank you, Gary. We get a promo from Nick Nemeth talking about tomorrow night. Good to see. Ash and Iceman looking at the reflection. Then they see Reckless, and they turn around and they're talking to her, and they're like, "This whole thing is very interesting that you want to help Ash." Yeah, they didn't just shoo her away. Originally, they were kind of like, yeah, we don't know about you. But yeah, but they're like, yeah, with the chain and the jeans, yeah, you're gonna need something more elegant, definitely. So it looks like Heather Reckless is gonna get a makeover. makeover from Ash and the Concierge, the Iceman. So what's that? Zaya and Ash fought for the bejeweled knuckles. Yes. Yes, they did. That was one of their matches. Yes. And Ash was showing her, I don't know, her hardcore, her hardcore elegant side. I don't know. Main event time. Hardys versus System. This was fun. They were kind of all over the place. Good to see Jeff healthy. He looked good in this match. A few swanton bombs, a few elbows from Matt himself, and the Hardys get the win over the System. A lot of back and forth. Good main event. Like I said, it's interesting. Some people in the chat during the live reaction were like, how can a losing team go for the tag team champions? And I said, well, they're getting their it's the they still do the automatic rematch clause. So whether you win or lose, you still get the shot. It's not always immediately. So it's on this show, or it's on tomorrow night's Victory Road. So, but if the Hardys keep winning the way they do, they will absolutely be in line for a title shot. So we might see the Hardys versus ABC sooner rather than later. We'll see. Yeah, Hardys get the win here. Like I said, great match, good show, good go home show. Loaded. We got a heel turn from Heather Reckless. We got some great tag team action. We got some great promos, building stuff for the future. So yeah, let's go over this. Look at that, we're just over an hour. My goodness. Solo Bone gets it done quick, I guess. I got no one to throw it to, just you guys. Character development. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, we also got Ariana Grace. Yes. Yeah, that was fun. And I'm sure she'll be part of the show tomorrow. Maybe. We'll have to see. Something tells me she's still going to get involved somehow with Wendy Chu. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I just got a feeling. Like she's, she plays this ditzy person. She is her daughter's, she is her father's child. So similar personalities, I guess you could say. But we got to get the two together, right? For a promo, that'd be hilarious. Hey, you look familiar. Summon a gun. She takes off the crown. I know you. You're from NXT. Anyways. All right. Let's bring up the card for mañana. Tomorrow's Victory Road. Here we go. Wow. All I'm going to say is the guy downstairs is just jamming. Wow. Too funny. All right. Let's go bottom to the top. I don't think they're going to add anything, but then you never know. It could be card subject to change, but we'll get to that. We got some high flying action. We have 2 matches on the countdown to Victory Road. They may add to it. We'll see. Typically, it's just a half an hour, so we'll see if. I hope they just give these, some time to simmer and they can have some fun matches here. 10 minutes at least, if not more each. That'd be great. Could be kind of pushing it, but we'll see. X Division action here on the pre-show. High flying action, if you will. That's what it says here. Leon Slater versus Kushida. Some international action there. Love it. Put your picks in the chat while we're going over this. Boy. You know what? I'm going to pick Leon Slater. I'm going to pick Leon Slater for this one. New alliances. We got a tag match next on the countdown show. We got Jake Something and Hammerstone versus Steve Maclin and Eric Young. I feel like Jake Something and Hammerstone really need a win here. So I'm going to say Jake Something and Hammerstone get the win for this. What do you guys think? All right. Main card time. Grudge match. The grudgiest of grudge matches. PCO and Rhino versus Matt Cardona and Steph DeLander. This is kind of a hot mess. It's hard to take this one seriously just because of the storyline, but it's fun. It's goofy, whatever. Seeing a few Leon Slaters, Hammerstone in the chat. Okay. Who wins here? Everybody wins except for Matt Cardona. How about that one? PCO, Rhino, and Steph DeLander behind the refs' backs. Steph DeLander gives Matt Cardona a low blow. So we'll just say that PCO and Rhino win this one with the assistance of Steph DeLander. How's that? All right. Tag team action. First class. KC Navarro with AJ Francis versus the Hardys. Matt and Jeff Hardy. Oof. Tough. Charles says, I don't trust Matt Cardona. Okay. Dr. Gerb says Cardona and Steph win with the help of Chelsea Green. What? Oof. Matthew Smith picks Hardy Boys. Man, this is tough. I feel like first class really need a win here. I mean, the first First Class can't lose all the time. I'll tell you what. I want First Class to win, but I think the Hardys are going to win. Okay? What say you? Put it in the chat. Hardy Boys, First Class. Okay. Little this, little that. Nothing wrong with that. No one's wrong here. Oh, goodness. Danny Brown. This is interesting. Rhino turns on PCO and gets Matt the win. Jay, that be crazy. Yes, sir, you are crazy. Certifiably. Mayor is calling First Class first ass. That's too much. How could you? That's just too much.
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
Yes, folks, we're running the show and we're doing bits.
Who booked this?
Yeah, well, what do you think? All right. Next, we've got the Knockouts tag team titles on the line. First of all, is Militia going to be together, or is Lish and Masha going to have to find a substitute for Lish? That's number one. Number two, can Spitfire beat Militia and or their substitute for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships? Because if Spitfire doesn't, they gotta break up. Man, I tell you what, it's kind of interesting because there aren't a lot of other Knockouts tag teams floating around the show. I feel like maybe Spitfire will take it off of them, and then Heather Reckless and Ash will go after them, or maybe Rosemary and Wendy Chu, or I don't know, something. Or maybe some other NXT women's team. Or maybe we see some more ladies come in. I don't know. Maybe Xia Li tags with Masha Slamovich. How about that one? Gotta wait and see. World Tag Team titles on the line. The System with Lish at their side, going after ABC. ABC, of course, defending their TNA World Tag Team Championships. This is all part of the System reboot. This is match number 2 of that reboot. Match number 3 is coming down the line. We'll get to it. This is a tough one, folks. Do we see this reboot? Do we see this reboot being successful? I don't know. I feel like Ace and Bay have some bigger fish to fry down the road, possibly. I don't know. It's tough. Danny Brown, is this the end of this? Is this the last of the system? Hey, they may implode tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? But the deck is stacked against ABC, of course, because you got Johnny Curtis and Lish probably going to be at ringside. So it's not going to be easy. But look at what ABC pulled off tonight. Hell of a match. Tough one. I think ABC has gotta keep the titles. We'll see. X Division Championship time. Mike Bailey going after Zachary Wentz's X Division Championship. This is Zachary Wentz's first title defense, I think. Pretty sure it is. But this is probably going to be one of my favorite matches of the night. Really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to this. Zachary Wentz is going to retain here. But what say you? Josh Alexander. This is kind of a, I almost call this more of a grudge match than the other one. But to each their own. Joe Hendry versus the Walking Wiener. the Timu Kurt Angle. Oh, I'm sorry. Poor Josh. Josh is so good. He shouldn't. He doesn't deserve that, but he does for being such a wiener. Yes, for being such a wiener. Josh Alexander versus Joe Hendry. Oh, man. This is tough, folks. I mean, there isn't even a title on the line for this one, and this one is one of the toughest ones to predict because you always try to see down the line where it's going after this. That's kind of what we do, It's like, oh, so-and-so has to win because then they'll go on to bigger and better things. Whatever, I know we've been saying for a while, or maybe it's just me, that someone might be getting involved here. Someone. I would not be surprised if we see Ethan Page as part of this match and he actually helps Josh. Joe Hendry wins a lot of matches. He doesn't win them all, but I would be not surprised. English, Jason, English. I would not be surprised. Be not surprised I am. Good old Yoda. I think Josh wins this one. Josh Alexander wins this one. Still believe in Joe, but it's not going to be his night. Jordan Grace is going to defend her TNA Knockouts World Championship against Wendy Chu from NXT. I'm sure Rosemary is going to be in her corner for that one, but it's not listed that way in the promo pic here. Watch that change within the next 12 to 24 hours. Be nice in the chat, guys. There's no wrong answers here. Even though when there are. No. No, I think Jordan Grace is going to retain here, but I'm really looking forward to this nonetheless. And I seriously think this leads to Bound for Glory, Jordan Grace versus Rosemary down the line. But don't we have one more like sideshow like this before the big one? I'm not sure. Someone remind me in the chat. Nick Nemeth versus Moose. Hang on a second. Let's see here. Victory Road. Then we got late September in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Oh, no. And then we got Bound for Glory. Okay. All right. And then we got November tapings, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My goodness. Oh, that's Turning Point. That's Turning Point. That's the end of November. And then middle of December is Final Resolution. Wow. Loaded end of the year, folks. My goodness. Okay. So we don't have any other little side shows between now and Bound for Glory. We get the tapings. We get the day of tapings after Victory Road. We get tapings at the end of the month. And that is going to lead us all the way through Bound for Glory. Oof. Tight. Bill's boy. What is up? Welcome. Hello, Senor Jabon. I hope Zaya Brookside and Zaya Zhao team up. Oh, that's interesting. And call themselves the Zayas. Okay. LOL, I want Nick to lose tomorrow. Really? So I see Moose versus Santana. See, we were talking about that. Were your ears buzzing or were you just quietly listening along here? We talked about that. Moose versus Santana at Bound for Glory. But what about that other universe where Joe Hendry is supposed to be Bound for Glory? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a triple threat. I don't know. But thank you, Bell's Boy, for the tip. Much appreciated. Hope you are well. Okay, we were talking about the main event. And this one's kind of tough to pick because I've really enjoyed Nick Nemeth's title reign. I feel like he should go a little further with this, but I also like the storyline where Moose faces I almost said Tito. Oh my God. Not Tito Santana. Wrong Santana. My goodness. I am so old. It's just stupid sometimes. I'm sorry. Mike Santana. The TNA World Championship. Nick Nemeth defending against Moose. What say you, folks? This is a tough one. I think I gotta pick Nick Nemeth. Moose is great, and I know this is supposed to be the reboot, but I love it when a plan does not come together. You know, they're like, "Oh, this is the reboot. We gotta pull this off and get all the titles back." Oh, Mayor. You know what? We have not seen him since the last special. Mayor Neeson here says John Layfield. Oh, Layfield. John Layfield. John Layfield, as in John Bradshaw Layfield, or JBL, if you will, appears tomorrow? Question mark? Oh. Yeah, what? Why is he like, he wasn't mentioned at all tonight, I don't think. But that's also good because it keeps the surprise factor going. Like, they brought that up like the show after. What was the last one? I feel so stupid sometimes. Emergence. Dear God. Of course it was. Oh, I'm a tired bone. Yes, Emergence. Dr. Gerbs says Moose takes the title from the undeserving Fluke champion. Yikes, sir. No, I know you're not a fan of Nick Nemeth. I mean, he must have like stole your girl from you or something. He must have done something pretty harsh. Pretty harsh. But yeah, I think JBL does appear tomorrow. What he does, no clue. I think Nick Nemeth wins. Wins? Maybe? I got a feeling we're going to get a crazy end of the show, folks. Tomorrow's, you know, if people slept on these shows for so long, these ones in between the pay-per-views, these shows are now becoming, and have become for quite a while now, for a few years now, have become must see, period. You just never liked them. Okay. I'll accept that. Hey, it's okay. We don't all have to love the same people. It's a great thing about an audience. If everybody loved the same people, we'd all be pretty freaking boring. Yes, I agree, says Matt Smith, that Nemeth will defeat the Moose. What do you think Bill would say? Bill's probably going to pick Moose, hey? Yeah, he's probably going to pick Moose. That front row Bill, I tell you. No, hopefully we'll get him on the review tomorrow. Our Alisha is under the weather, so we're going to try to do a review after the show tomorrow. I'm guessing about a half an hour after the show. Watch for it. We'll try to promote it. So, yeah, Friday night, TNA, Victory Road. Watch it. It's Going to be a loaded show, folks. So that does it for this one. So if you're watching this on the replay, put your picks in the comments below. And by all means, before we get out of here, you guys know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notification. Oh, baby! So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. All right. Yeah. Smash that like button, folks. We're getting out of here. Much love. Nailed it in an hour and a half. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.